Hello students, I am Mallishwari, work for the Department of Chemistry in BRR and GKR Chambers Degree College. Welcome to the chapter Dilute Solutions. In this dilute solutions, I can explain the first colligative property, that is relative lowering of vapor pressure. In this chapter, first you tell about the colligative properties. Let us remind you what vaporization or vapor pressure. Was you liquid in a container on the surface of the liquid or beaker. In the liquid there is a layer of a molecules of that particular liquid. Now some of these molecules have higher energy, and as a result of that higher energy they can escape in the form of vapors, and when they do escape in the form of vapors, they result in the formation of a vapors above the liquid, and these will start to exerting pressure. Exerting pressure is applying pressure, and or the temperature of that liquid, the vapor pressure is always fixed. Now what happens when you added a solute to this solvent, to this liquid? When you added a solute to the liquid, the molecules of a solute always start occupying some surface area of the pure solvent, and that is the solution. The surface area of the solution now available to escape the molecules to evaporate, but now let use 1/4 of the surface if this was is used up by molecules, that is non-volatile solute particles. Now the molecules of the solvent on the 3/4 of the surface area is available to the molecules solvent. So what will happen? The vapor pressure will decrease. Why? Because now the molecules do not have the same surface area available to form. Since evaporation is a surface phenomenon, the molecules from the surface that are coming up automatically because it's lesser. So the solute molecules, what did affect the vapor pressure of the solvent? The presence of solute affected the vapor pressure of the solvent. It did not matter what the solute was. You can take any solute, and whatever you solute put in the going to occupy some of the surface area, that is going to have the some effect of this. This is decrease in vapor pressure was a property that depends only on the number of molecules of non-volatile solute particles. That is not a properties of the nature of the solute and the size. That is non-volatile particles means not vaporization. It is called colligative property. So colligative property is. So how do you define colligative property? We would use say that the properties that depends on the number of solute particles, they do not depends upon the nature. Whatever the chemical properties, just based on the effect the molecules are going to occupy the surface area of the properties, that depends on the number of solute particles irrespective of their nature relative to the total number of particles present in the solution, which means the relative to the total number of particles present in solution, it means it depends only on the concentration of that particular solute in the solution. So the properties that depends on the number of solute particles irrespective of their nature does not depends on their nature relative to the total number of particles present in the solution are called colligative property. So they are properties which depends only on the presence of solute particles. Does not matter what solute may be, that how much, what would you be the magnitude of the change in that property. Would you only depend only on the concentration of the solute, that is presence of particles in the relative to the total number of particles, it means their concentration of the solute. Therefore colligative properties are four types. One is relative lowering of vapor pressure. In this section I can explain relative lowering of vapor pressure. The relative lowering of vapor pressure, the pressure exerted, that is applied by the molecules of the vapor, is called vapor pressure. When a non-volatile solute particles, that is non-volatile solute particles means not vaporization, is added to the pure solvent, the vapor pressure of the liquid is lowered. the vapor pressure of the solution will be less than that of the pure solvent. It is because in the presence of a few molecules of a non-volatile solute on the surface of the surface, with the result of a fraction of a surface of the solvent is blocked to evaporation. In this diagram, the first beaker is the pure solvent and second beaker is the solution. In this first beaker, the drops are vapors. In the liquid is converted to vapors. It is much more vapors. In this beaker, the non-volatile solute particles added to the that is sugar molecules added to the solvent, that is called sugar solution. The sugar molecules blocked the solvent, so the evaporation is lesser. Thus the P0 is the vapor pressure of the solvent and P is the vapor pressure of the solution. Then lowering of vapor pressure equal to P0 minus P. So P0 is the vapor pressure of the solvent and P is the vapor pressure of the solution. That is relative lowering of vapor pressure and Raoult's law. According to Raoult's law, the ratio of lowering of vapor pressure to the vapor pressure of the pure solvent is called relative lowering of vapor pressure. Thus mathematically, relative lowering of vapor pressure equal to P0 minus P by P0. That is, relative lowering of vapor pressure is the ratio of lowering of vapor pressure to the vapor pressure to the vapor pressure of the pure solvent is called relative lowering of vapor pressure. That is mathematically P0 minus P by P0. It is important to note that actual lowering of vapor pressure is P0 minus P. Changes with temperature. The relative lowering of vapor pressure is independent of the temperature. According to Raoult's law is the relative lowering of vapor pressure of a dilute solution is equal to the mole fraction of the solute present in the solution. Thus mathematically Raoult's law can be written as below. So P0 minus P by P0 equal to mole fraction of the solute. Mole fraction of the solute equal to small n by small n plus n. Small n means number of moles of the solute. Capital N means number of moles of the solvent. So derivation of the Raoult's law. Let us consider a solution obtained by the dissolving n moles of a non-volatile solute in n moles of the volatile solvent. Then mole fraction of the solvent x1 equal to capital N by capital N plus small n. Mole fraction of the solute is x2 equal to small n by capital N plus n. Since the solute is non-volatile, it will have a negligible vapor pressure, and thus vapor pressure of the solution will merely vapor pressure of the solvent. According to Raoult's law, the vapor pressure of the solvent in an ideal solution is equal to its fraction x1 multiplied by the pressure of the solvent P0. So P equal to x1 by P0. P0 is the vapor pressure of the solvent and x1 is the mole fraction of the solvent and x2 is the mole fraction of the solute. According to Raoult's law, x1 plus x2 equal to 1. That is, x1 equal to 1 minus x2. 1 minus x2. So x1 equal to 1 minus x1 equal to 1 minus x2. Substituting the values in equation 1, we get P equal to 1 minus x2 into P0. P by P0 equal to 1 minus x2. x2 equal to 1 minus P by P0. Substituting the value of mole fraction of the solute x2 from the equation 3. In the above equation, we get P0 minus P by P0 equal to small n by capital N plus 1. This is the Raoult's law. In that statement of Raoult's law for dilute solutions, n is very small as compared to capital N. Small n is number of moles of the solute, capital N is the number of moles of the solvent, hence it can be neglected. Consequently, the expression becomes P0 minus P by P0 minus P by P0 equal to capital N by small n. That is, small n is neglected because when compared to solvent molecules are more than compared to solvent molecules are more than solute molecules. So small n is neglected in denominator. For a pure solvent, P naught is a constant, hence P naught is minus P is proportional to capital small n by capital N. So P naught is the constant, then removed. The constant is removed, the introduce the proportional. Further, for a given quantity of the solvent, N is also constant, hence the above expression becomes P naught minus P is proportional to small n. Capital N is the number of solvent molecules is the constant. So, this equation 5 may be stated as below. For a solution of any volatile solute, non-volatile solute means not vaporization, the liquid not converted to vapors, solute dissolved in the same quantity of a particular solvent, the lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to the number of moles of the solute dissolved. Students, again repeated. The equation 4 stated as for a solution of any non-volatile solute dissolved in the same quantity of a particular solvent, that is water, any solvent, the lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to the number of moles of solute dissolved. In other words, the equimolar quantities of any non-volatile solute dissolved in the same quantity of the solvent will produce the same lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property. Lowering of a vapor pressure is a colligative property. Of course, lowering of a vapor pressure is a colligative property. What is colligative property? Colligative property is a property of solutions which depends upon the number of solute particles, that is concentration of the solute particles does not depends upon the nature and size of the solute particles. From the equation 5, it is evident that the relative lowering of vapor pressure of a solvent depends only upon the mole fraction of the solute and is independent of the nature of the solute or of that of the solvent. Similarly, equation 6, that is P naught minus P is proportional to N, it is evident that lowering of vapor pressure does not depend only upon the number of moles of the solute dissolved and is independent of its nature. Hence, lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property. Colligative property depends upon the concentration of the solute particles does not independent of its nature. That's why lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property. Limitations of Raoult's law. Raoult's law is applicable only to ideal solutions. When applied to real solutions, it has the following limitations. Raoult's law is applicable only very dilute solutions which is approximate to the ideal behavior. Student, to know the dilute solutions, small amount of solute and large amount of the solvent, that is dilute solutions. At higher concentration of solute, the intermolecular forces can gain the deviations. Some deviations is there, so higher concentration is not applicable to the Raoult's law. Raoult's law is applicable to solutions containing non-volatile solute only. So non-volatile solute means in case of solute is volatile, it also contributes to the vapor pressure above the solution, which thus increases. This causes deviation in the lowering of vapor pressure. This limitation means the solution contained must be non-volatile solutes only. Non-volatile solute means not vaporized. In case of solute volatile solution, which thus increases. So deviation in the lowering of vapor pressure. In case volatile solution is taken, deviations in the lowering of vapor pressure. And third limitation is Raoult's law is not applicable to solutes which dissociate or associate in the particular solution. So dissociate means A, B gives rise to A plus B minus. This equation is dissociate. That associate means 2A gives rise to A2. That is 2 moles of acetic acid gives rise to acetic acid. The dimer of acetic acid. The lowering of vapor pressure will be correspondingly reduced. So third limitation is when the solute molecules are dissociate and fragment does not fragments and associate in the closed particles in a solution. In case solute molecules dissociate into two ions, the number of particles in solution becomes double. Hence, lowering of vapor pressure, which is proportional to the number of dissolved particles, will also double than if solute were not dissociated. Similarly, if the solute molecules are associated, the lowering of vapor pressure will be correspondingly reduced. Thus, in short, Raoult's law is applicable only very dilute solutions containing non-volatile and non-electrolyte solutes which exist as a single molecules, does not exist as dimer molecules. So, Raoult's law only applicable very dilute solutions containing non-volatiles and non-electrolytes, that is not vaporized or non-electrolyte or dissociated or associated solutes which exist as a single molecules, not dimers. So, in this colgative property, the main important feature of colgative property is molecular weight of the non-volatile solute particles to calculate or determine by using lowering of vapor pressure. So, in this section, molecular weight of the non-volatile solute particles by using lowering of vapor pressure. In non-volatile molecules or non-electrolyte solute can be determined by measuring the lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure is P0 minus P produced dissolving a known weight of the solvent. So, in this I can explain the molecular weight of a non-volatile solute particles can be determined by measuring the lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure means P0 minus P. So, W grams of solute is taken in and dissolved in a W grams of solvent. So, small w is the grams of solute and capital W is the grams of solvent taken in a experiment. Moles of solute equal to N equal to weight by molecular weight. Moles of solvent equal to capital N indicates weight by molecular weight of the solvent. So, small n means weight of the solute by molecular weight of the solute. Capital N means weight of the solvent by molecular weight of the solvent. Substituting these values in Raoult's law equation. What is Raoult's law? Raoult's law is the ratio of the relative lowering of a dilute solution is equal to the mole fraction of the solute present in the solution. That is called Raoult's law. That is P0 minus P by P0 equal to N by N plus N. In substituting according to Raoult's law, P0 minus P by P0 equal to small n by capital N. So, substituting the values of small n and capital N. So, Raoult's law equal to, that is P0 minus P by P0 equal to capital small n is replaced by W by M and capital N is replaced by capital W by M. So, in very dilutions, number of moles of solute N is very small as compared to capital N. Solute molecules are less than compared to solvent molecules. So, small n is neglected in denominator. P0 minus P by P0 equal to small n by capital N, that is Wm by weight of the solute by molecular weight of the solute by weight of the solvent by molecular weight of the solvent, that is capital M. P0 minus P by P0 equal to Wm by small m into weight of the solvent in grams. Thus, by taking the values vapor pressure of the pure solvent, that of the solution and the molecular weight of the solvent M, and molecular weight of the solute M can be calculated from the equation 7. However, this method is usually not preferred because other elevation in boiling point or depression in freezing point easier give more accurate results. In this relative lowering of vapor pressure, we can calculate the molecular weight of the non-volatile solute particles. Then easiest to the when compared to elevation in boiling point and depression in freezing point as easier and accurate results are there. So, molecular weight of the non-volatile particles capital small m equal to P naught minus P by P naught equal to Wm by m into W. This is the equation of lowering of vapor pressure by measuring the molecular weight of the non-volatile solute particles. Thank you, students.